Seeking to invest in the oil and gas sector can now do so with just 50 cedis through the Weston Oil and Gas Fund. Well, it's called Work Fund. Investors have 500,000 equities available under the fund for subscription of up to a minimum of 250 shares at 20 pesos per share.
The Weston Oil and Gas Fund is the first specialized fund to be introduced on the capital market and will operate as an open-ended mutual fund approved, licensed and regulated by the Securities and SEC. It aims to support the drive for local participation in the oil and gas industry by helping local companies in the sector access long-term funding, which is currently a challenge. The pricing of the shares is to enable participation of the general public.
The fund is open-ended, which means it's got an unlimited number of shares. The fund is initially offering 500,000 shares, so although it's unlimited, what we're issuing as managers of the fund at the moment to the general public is 500,000 shares in this period that is classed as the initial public offering. The minimum investment purchase of shares under the IPO is set at 250 shares, therefore a minimum investment of 50 Ghana cedis. So in other words, if you want to play in this fund, the minimum number of shares at 20 pesos each that you have to buy is 250. So with as little as 50 Ghana cedis, you could be an investor in the oil and gas sector through the Weston Oil and Gas Fund. So this is the period by which time we ought to have issued the total number of 500,000 shares.
Regulators of the sector lauds the specialty fund and encouraged more specialized stocks on the market.
We are hoping that we will soon get funds that are focusing on just investing in agriculture, so that at least we will see that agric was there before oil and gas, but we have all moved faster with oil and gas. I always complain that I've never seen agric universities, agric colleges, agric shops all over the country, but agric has been with us for all these years. But as soon as oil and gas came, every corner you see oil and gas, come and study oil and gas, come and study oil and gas. Everywhere is oil and gas, but we have neglected agric. So I believe that investment managers should be also considering creating funds for agric.
Work Fund will also cater for the current challenge oil marketing companies and bulk oil distributors are facing to receive letters of credit needed to import petroleum products.
It is one of the options you can find on the market, and once you have various options that go out there to help solve a problem, meet a need, and create some inclusion for all participants as desired, it's a fantastic idea. Ghanaians should get involved in the oil and gas sector. We can do so much with downstream, not necessarily upstream, because that we can control for now. The knowledge gap is not that much. So we should invest in the Work Fund. That is a key tool to help improve liquidity, to help churn out some of the good returns that there is in the oil and gas sector and make everybody feel it in his pocket.
Work Fund, meanwhile, will be managed under Weston Capital, a limited liability company licensed to provide investment advisory and asset management services.